My first guest is Professor Viji Draviam, who runs her own lab based on the Queen Mary campus. Alongside a group of 7 PhD students and postdoctoral trainees, one of the many goals of Dr. Draviam is to understand why chromosomes sometimes don't separate properly. But why is this important? Because missegregation can cause cancer. So, her research is fundamental towards finding cancer treatments. At the basis of all the highly complex science, Dr. Draviam and her team are working to literally save lives, and we're going to find out exactly how she became the role model she is today. So, the idea for these videos is for young women to use them as a tool to choose their career. And choosing your career can be really daunting, and I'm hopefully here to make that process a little bit easier. And the idea is to bring in inspiring women like you to give some advice on how they get into a position like yours. Today I have with me Viji Draviam. My first question is, can you tell me a little bit about yourself? What's your current job role?
Okay, so I'm a professor of cell and molecular biology. And what that means is I train research students and also undergraduates who are aspiring to do one of the biosciences fields. Could be cell biology, molecular biology, biochemistry. I teach them the basics of biosciences. That's one part of my role. And another part of my role is being a researcher. So I have a research group, and these are students and trainees who are working in my lab because they want to learn how to do research, but also together as a team we want to discover something the world does not know about cell biology.
And for young girls who want to be in a position like yours, how did you get from A-level to where you are now?
For my equivalent of A-levels, all sciences, because I loved maths, I could not give it up. I loved biology, I could not give it up. I liked physics, I liked chemistry, I liked everything that was introduced to me, so I had a very broad A-level. And then for my bachelor's, I wrote engineering entrances, medical entrances, entrances for undergraduate degrees, so many different entrances, and you get to see universities. And then I fell in love with a place that was teaching biochemistry and nutrition together. So you would learn the fundamentals of biochemistry and then you will apply it in the nutrition world. That was the idea of the program for 3 years, and I just loved it so much. Then there was this call for masters. I had to write an entrance, and if I got through, they were going to pay me for 3 years and allow me to do research on a topic that they were super good at. After the masters, I joined a PhD program at the University of Cambridge, and then I did a postdoc at MIT, and the group moved to Harvard, so I also moved to Harvard. And then I came back to Cambridge to set up my small group, and then I moved to Queen Mary in 2015, and now I'm here.
A lot of students feel like they have to follow a linear path in their career, but it often doesn't work out exactly how you think. What was your experience of that? Did you know what you wanted to do?
Now when I think back, I feel like yes, I was always driven to do this kind of stuff. But it's never clear actually when you are going through it, right? Because when I was a master student, I never knew whether I would get a PhD. And also, you don't know who your mentors are going to be like. And in research, you don't know whether a problem would be solved within that 3 years or 4 years that people are funding you for. So I don't know about other careers, but I think this kind of lack of clarity will exist. And sometimes I think it is to our advantage. Because if you clearly knew what you want to do, you probably will not actually learn anything else and will have a very closed view. And now that I've come up, over 25 years of education, I can say what brings the strength now is multidisciplinarity. I'm so glad I learned maths and physics and chemistry for so long. Changes and turns in life are for the good in the long term. In the short term, it may feel like, I wasted these years. It's never a waste.
It's never a waste.
Knowledge is never a waste. It's actually power.
Yeah, that's incredible. I love how you said that. Amazing. And now going on to, so the idea of this video is to inspire young women. Have you faced any challenges as a woman in STEM?
It would be unfair to say no, but I have to say I'm a very positive person. So, that is something I was born with, right? I cultivate it, but I have been in buildings where there were no women loos, right? There were no women restrooms, because these very famous departments and institutions had their women loos in the underground or in the first floor, where all the receptionists and everybody lived. The top floors just didn't have women loos. I have been to places like that. This has changed.
Yeah.
The world is not this way now. Higher education and research kind of unifies people. Nobody sits on the platform when you're thinking about a cell biology question. Nobody thinks, this is an Indian, this is a woman, this is a British person. We all are very similar kind of humans.
Yeah.
We're just driven by curiosity.
Yeah.
We are very open-minded, and we think about the unknown, and we are open to discussions. So whether you're a woman or a man, hurdles are natural, and it's up to you to define your challenge and keep moving.
Yeah. Can I ask what one piece of advice you would give to other young women who are considering a career in STEM?
My one piece of advice would be, look back into your life at any time point. You could be 15 years old, you could be 18 years old, but you still have some time. Look back and say, what brought me satisfaction? Helping my friends, contributing to society, maybe one-to-one conversation, maybe standing up in a podium, maybe writing a beautiful essay. Whatever brought you satisfaction, write those things down. Because this is going to recur again and again in your life, because you are that kind of a person, and you have to bring together those resources and choose a career that will keep giving you that satisfaction. Then you can keep climbing up.
Yes. Well, Viji, thank you so much. You've been so inspiring, and hopefully young women will watch this and have no doubt that they will be able to have a career in science themselves. So thank you so much.
Yeah, thank you for the opportunity.
Of course.